Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. JJ Redick explains why Lakers got blown out by Spurs. The Los Angeles Lakers were blown out 126-102 by the San Antonio Spurs at Crypto.com Arena on Monday in their first game after a 5-day break. It was a third straight loss for the Lakers, and in his post-game press conference, head coach JJ Redick explained what went wrong. You can point to the 13 points in the fourth quarter, but it was just we gave up 73 points in the second half, had 9 turnovers in both halves, Redick said. Frankly, we should have had 70 in the first half offensively and just couldn't keep the ball in front of us. Redick was then asked about the defensive issues for the Lakers in this loss and spoke at length about them. So, Victor Wembanyama, being on the court, you have to kind of decide how you want to play coverage, Redick stated. If he's away from the basket and you're in coverage, let's say in theory, the 5 would be away from the rim. If you read and he rolls, the 5 is away from the rim. The point of attack was not good tonight and I'll have to look at the film, Redick said. I turned to Ty Abbott, who had the scout today, and I just was like, man, feels like there's no one in the paint for us. That's what I saw in real time. Obviously, I'll have to look at the tape, but everything was at the rim, 66 points in the paint. That's tough. The Spurs had a massive 66-40 edge over the Lakers in points in the paint, and that's not something that has happened all that often this season. They have generally lost that battle, averaging 46.2 points in the paint per game in 2024-25 while allowing 48, but managed to dominate here. The Spurs also benefited from the Lakers being careless with the ball. The hosts had 19 turnovers, and it led to 25 points for the visitors. When you're defending as badly as the Lakers were here, the last thing you want to do is give up even more easy baskets, and that's what they ended up doing here. What has to be so frustrating for Redick is that the Lakers started this game fairly well. They were up by as many as 11 points in the first half and had an 84-74 lead deep into the third quarter. The Lakers seemed to be in control at the time, but then fell apart. They allowed the Spurs to go on a quick 10-0 run, primarily by turning the ball over on multiple occasions. The game was stunningly tied at 89 entering the fourth, and it was all San Antonio after that. The Spurs won the fourth quarter 37-13 as the Lakers struggled massively on both ends of the floor. They couldn't buy a basket and failed to slow down the opposition as well. The Spurs shot 59.6% from the field in the second half and were at 53.3% for the whole game. They were just the latest team to take advantage of the Lakers' porous defense, and Redick needs to find a solution to this problem. The Lakers dropped to 20-17 on the season with this loss and are now 7th in the West. They take on the Miami Heat next at Crypto.com Arena on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will be interesting to see how they respond to this latest defeat. Los Angeles wildfires prompt sports teams, fans to honor first responders. 3 major Los Angeles sports teams have paid tribute to first responders and offered solace to fans as they return to action in the fire-ravaged city. The Los Angeles Rams reached the second round of the NFL playoffs, while the Lakers and Clippers played their NBA games on Monday. Sports are a lot of things, and sports can certainly provide an escape and a distraction, said Lakers coach JJ Redick, who lost the home he shared with his wife and 2 sons when the Palisades fire erupted last week. Hopefully sports tonight can provide some joy as well, Redick said. More than 90,000 people remained displaced as of Monday, 7 days after multiple wind-driven blazes erupted. At least 24 people have been killed and thousands left without homes, and authorities warned that winds forecast to intensify again on Tuesday could lead to extreme fire behavior and life-threatening conditions. 2 Lakers games and 1 Clippers game had been postponed before Monday's contests went ahead, and both teams dedicated the night to the community and first responders. The Lakers fell to the San Antonio Spurs 126-102 at their Crypto.com arena in downtown LA, while the Clippers beat the Miami Heat 109-98 at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, several kilometers south. Meanwhile, the Rams dominated the Minnesota Vikings 27-9 in an NFL wildcard round playoff game relocated to Glendale, Arizona, because of the fires. The Arizona Cardinals' home stadium was transformed with the colors and logos of the Rams. The team chartered a convoy of buses to bring fans from Los Angeles, with people turning up at SoFi Stadium before dawn to start the 6-hour trip. Fans brandished flags and signs thanking firefighters, and Rachel Platten performed her anthemic fight song in a pre-game ceremony. The song celebrating resilience fit the LA Strong message sent on Monday by the city's beloved teens. Earlier in the day, a dozen Los Angeles pro clubs pledged $8 million towards wildfire relief and outlined plans for 3 events to distribute supplies to those affected by blazes still ravaging the second-largest city of the United States. In addition to that concrete support, quarterback Matthew Stafford said the Rams hoped to provide a little emotional uplift as well. "We knew what we were playing for," he said. "It's a tough time to be back in Los Angeles. We're just happy that we came out and played like this tonight to get the fans something to be happy about." Lakers' pursuit of Hornets' Nick Richards could address critical frontcourt needs. As the Lakers seek to maximize their championship window with LeBron James, ClutchPoint's Brett Siegel reports that LA is exploring options to strengthen their frontcourt depth, with Charlotte Hornets center Nick Richards emerging as a potential solution to their roster needs. Richards, who is averaging 9.2 points and 7.7 rebounds in 21.1 minutes per game this season, has established himself as a defensive standout in Charlotte. His defensive prowess makes him particularly appealing as a backup to Anthony Davis, who has expressed a preference for playing power forward rather than center. The Lakers' interest in Richards isn't new. According to ClutchPoint's Brett Siegel, the organization previously pursued the 7-foot center during the offseason. Recent reports suggest these discussions may be rekindling, with the anticipated cost for a deal being a late first-round pick or multiple second-round selections. However, after their recent trade for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton, the Lakers are running out of tradable options. General Manager Rob Pelinka's roster construction has drawn scrutiny, particularly regarding the team's frontcourt depth. A Richards acquisition could represent a strategic correction, providing valuable defensive support while allowing Davis to play his preferred position. Although Richards has spent his entire career with Charlotte, he could potentially make a more substantial impact on a contending team. His defensive capabilities and efficient production in limited minutes suggest he could thrive in a new, better-defined role with the Lakers. As James enters the twilight of his career, his championship window is closing fast. Adding Richards to the lineup could prove crucial in transforming the team into a more powerful playoff contender. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Nick Richards? Leave your opinion in the comments.